boys and girls? I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be doing adding fractions with unlike denominators, so different denominators. The textbook pages are 308 and 309, and the workbook page is going to be page 113. Now before we start, a little warning. There are a lot of steps for some of them, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you need to have a little bit of patience and take it calmly and try your best, okay? Remember, if you get stuck, you can go back to the other video if you need it about improper fractions. You can pause this video, go back, take some time, relax, keep watching it, okay? So, we're going to have to find the least common multiple of the denominators, because in order to add them, we need to make them the same denominator. So, for example, the first one, 1/3 plus 5/12, right? We look at our denominators. This one's a 12, this one's a 3. They are unlike, different. We need to make them the same. How do we do that? By finding the least common multiple. Remember, a multiple of a number is the products of that number. What does the product mean? The answer when you multiply it, right? So the products of 2 are 2, right? 2 times 1 is 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Products of 3 are multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, and it keeps going. Products of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, keep going, right? If you're not sure about the multiples, what tool can you use that we have that would show us the products of these numbers? Hint, it's in your agenda. It's also probably somewhere in your computer. You can look it up. It was on your desk at school on the name tag. A multiplication chart, great answer. So if you're stuck, you can look at a multiplication chart to help you remember the products of the numbers, the multiples of the numbers. So for 3 and 12, right, you're always going to look at the bigger one, 12, and ask yourself, is this bigger one, 12, a multiple of 3? Does 3 times anything give me 12? Little chart I just made right here shows that yes, it is a multiple of 12. What does that mean? 12 is a multiple of 3. So that means we're not going to have to change both of them. We're only going to have to change this one, the 3, to give me an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 12. Remember, equivalent fractions is when we make another fraction that's equal to it by multiplying, right? So we have to say 3 times what gives me 12? 4. Whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So we do 1 times 4 gives us 4, right? So this is our new fraction. Now they have the same denominator. So we have 4/12 plus 5/12. Now that they're the same, we can add them. And when we add them, they're the same denominator, so our answer is going to be 12, our denominator. And our numerators, we combine them, we add them. 4 plus 5 gives us 9. So our answer would be 9/12. Now we need to simplify our answer, right? See if we can divide it by anything, if they have any common factors. Can we divide them both by 9? No, only the top can be divided by 9. What's another factor of 9? That's also a factor of 12. 3. So we divide them both by 3, because whatever you do to the top, do the same to the bottom for fractions. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now we have our final answer of 3/4. Okay, we don't have to change it, that's how it's gonna stay. So 1/3 plus 5/12 equals 3/4. Now it doesn't matter that they all have different denominators, right? Because we went through the steps, we made them the same denominator, and then when we simplified it is when the denominator changed. And that's fine, that's gonna happen. Let's try another one. Again, it's not that you don't know how to do it, it's not that it's hard, it's just that it's a lot of steps and it's combining different things that we've learned. So let's try this one. 3/5 plus 3/10. Now, they have different denominators, right? So we have to see what is the least common multiple of 5 and 10. Again, you look at the bigger one, 10. Is 10 a multiple of 5? Is 5 times something going to give me 10? Well, I can make a list, right? I could look at my multiples. 5, 10, 15, oh, there it is, 10. So it is a multiple. So we're going to have to rename or change this one to equal a 10th. Let me write it here. So it's easier. So we're not gonna do anything to this one. We're gonna leave that one the same. We're just going to rename this one to make it a 10th. How do we do that? We think 5 times what is gonna give me 10? 2. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 3 times 2 gives me 6. So I have 6/10, right? Now, when they have the same 6/10, the same denominator, plus 3/10, right? I'm ready to add. Once they have the same denominator, the answer is gonna have that denominator, 10, and we're going to add the numerators, the tops. 6 plus 3 gives us 9, and our last step would be to simplify. 9 and 10. Do 9 and 10 have any common factors? No. So this answer is already in simplest form. 9/10 would be the answer to our problem. 3/5 plus 3/10 gives us 9/10. Okay, perfect. Now, this next one, same steps, just gonna end up a little differently, and you're gonna see what I mean. So we're doing 7/10 plus 1/2, right? Our denominators are unlike, they're different, so we need to change them. So we see the big one, 10, right? Because 10 is bigger than 2. Is 10 a multiple of 2? Does 2 times something equal 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, it does. So that means we can leave that one the same. We don't have to change it. We only have to change the bottom one. Tenths. How did we do it? 2 times what gives me 10? I already know that 2 times 5 gives me 10. Whatever I do to the bottom, the denominator, I do to the top, the numerator. So 1 times 5 gives me 5. So I have 5/10. Now both fractions are tenths. 7/10 plus 5/10. Okay, I'm ready to add them. The denominators stay the same. 10. 7 plus 5 gives me 12. 12/10. What do I notice about this fraction? The numerator is larger than the denominator. That means that that is what kind of fraction? Yes, an improper fraction. Very good. So now we have to go through the steps to simplify an improper fraction, which if you remember from the last lessons, it was to make it a mixed number. So we have to divide. I'm going to move to this side. We divide the numerator, 12, the denominator 10. Don't freak out. You know how to do this. Oh my god, but it's a 10, and I don't know how to do tens or big numbers on the outside. Yes, you do. It's the same way. You ask yourself, 10 can go into 12 how many times? 10 can only go into 12 one time. 1 times 10 gives you 10. You subtract. 12 minus 10 is 2. So our answer would be 1, remainder 2. But we know that that's not how you write it. You have to write a mixed number. What do we make the mixed number? The quotient is the whole number. The remainder is the numerator, because we write the remainder, over the divisor, which is 10. So our answer is 1 2/10. We're not done. Is 2/10 simplest form? No, it is not. So we need to simplify it by dividing by the common factor of 2 and 10, which would be 2. So whatever we do to the top, we do to the bottom. Okay? Does the whole number change? No, stays the same. 1. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. Now we finally got our final answer. 1 1/5. That was a lot of steps. But all steps that we know how to do. Okay? So let's go back. Let's try another example. Our last example. All right. 6/8 plus 4/8. First thing we need to do, 6/8 plus 1/4. First thing we need to do is make the denominators the same by finding the least common multiple of 8 and 4. So we look at the bigger one, 8. Is 8 a multiple of 4? Let's do multiples of 4. 4, 8. Yes, it is. Perfect. We don't need to change that one. That one's going to stay the same. We're only going to change this one. How do we change it? We're making it into eighths. So we think 4 times what gives me 8? 4 times 2 gives me 8. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do the top. 1 times 2 gives me 2. So now I have my two fractions with the same denominator. 6/8 plus 2/8. I'm ready to add them. When they have the same denominator, it's going to be our answer, the denominator of 8. And we just add the two numerators. 6 plus 2 gives me 8. And now I'm ready to simplify. 8/8, when the numerator and the denominator are the same, our answer is always 1 whole. Yeah, we did it, okay? If you're confused, if you have any questions, stop, take a break, drink some water, put a little water on your face maybe, relax, deep breaths, watch the video again, and try again. You can do it. Have a good day.